Welcome everybody to a brand new airsoft video on my YouTube channel. And today I have a brand new AK in my collection. And as far as you probably know is that I really like the AK platform. If you didn't know that already, then look around on my channel and you will see plenty of AK videos on there. But today I have a very special AK. And you saw a little preview about it not so long ago. If you want to see the preview, just click on the link down in the description below. But today it's time for the review about this beauty. And it's about this WE AK74. And instead of an AEG, this is GBBR. That means a gas blowback rifle. That is amazing. You won't get anything more realistic than this. You guys are probably wondering what makes a GBBR more realistic compared to other airsoft replicas. Well, for instance, if you have an AEG. An AEG has a motor inside the grip, a gearbox inside the body and a LiPo battery inside the stock or underneath the dust cover or in the gas tube. But with this GBBR, you can scratch all that. You don't need it. You just need a magazine filled up with green gas and BBs. Well, blue gas or red gas, depends on the temperature of course, but just gas with BBs. And the rest of this AK will do everything you want, and it's amazing. This thing compared to real firearm is so realistic, even the internals of this AK is almost a one-to-one replica of a real steel firearm. And now I will demonstrate you something, and YouTube will probably not like it because I'm gonna open this AK. Okay, I'm really sorry YouTube, but I need to show this to my viewers because this is so amazing. And for the people who are watching this, again, this is airsoft, not a real firearm. But I will show you how realistic this thing really is and how close it gets to the real steel thing. So let's take the safety off. Take the dust cover off, and if we look inside the AK, you have your spring of course, and you have your bolt and even a hammer. But instead of the hammer hitting a little pin that comes against the primer and that fires off a round with a real steel firearm, it just hits the back of the magazine, and that leaves out a little bit of gas that comes behind the BB. Then it shoots out the BB out of the barrel and it cycles your bolt back, and the bolt chambers in a new BB, and then you can fire it again. How amazing is that? And even with this GBBR AK, even if it's airsoft, stripping this thing down is just exactly like the real steel firearm. I already took off the dust cover, but now let's take out the spring. Then take out the bolt. How amazing is that? And then even the lever right here, push it up, you can take off your gas tube. And now it's stripped down just like a real firearm. But again, it's airsoft. That's amazing, right? Yes, I know. This is just magnificent. It's amazing. It's really, really cool. And for a gun lover like me, it's really satisfying that this AK is so realistic compared to the real steel firearm. But now you know how a GBBR kind of works, and now you know how the internals of this GBBR from WE are. Well, let's go to the outside of the gun and see how cool it is from there. Okay, now the outside of this beautiful AK. First of all, real wood. Real wood, real wood. And it has a nice finish to it. It looks a little bit too brand new because an AK needs to look a little bit used, but it looks a little bit brand new, but that's okay, it just will wear and tear eventually when I play a lot of games with this thing. Then you have your pistol grip. It's from plastic, just like the real one, and it's a very slim one, just like a real one. With an AEG it's much thicker because there needs to be a motor inside, but with this one it doesn't need a motor, so the pistol grip is really slim, just like a real one. Then the magazine. With the real steel firearm, it's a backlight magazine, but this is just plastic. But that doesn't matter, because even though it's plastic, with the gas magazine that is plastic, it's very nice because metal will get cold very fast and plastic not so fast. The only negative thing about this one is it's a little bit too bright orange. It needed to be a little bit darker. But that's just a preference thing, because this thing is still very realistic and very cool. And you can also get black magazines, so it just is about what's your opinion and what you like the most. Then let's talk about the metal parts on this AK. First things first is it's not fully metal. The reason of that is there are a lot of aluminium parts on here. And why is that? Well, to make this gun a lot lighter. And for instance, the bolt is aluminium. The reason why they did that is this WE AK74 has a fully travel bolt, so it travels all the way to the back just like a real steel firearm. If you compare that to a GHK AK, that bolt comes at about here. But the WE is a full travel bolt. And they made it aluminium, so it's lighter and for the gas easier to pull all the way back and chamber in a new round. But there are still metal parts on this thing, like the stand body, the barrel, and go on and go on. But if we look at the inside, it's aluminium just to make this thing lighter and easier to handle with the gas. Okay guys, now it's time for the fun part. We are going to shoot this beautiful AK. So I loaded the magazine with green gas and 0.25 gram BBs. Let's load the magazine into the AK. Put it on semi-automatic first, and just like a real firearm, first, before you can even shoot this thing, you need to load it. Amazing, right? Okay, it's loaded and ready. Let's aim at target and... Amazing! The kick on this thing is so satisfying. I'm in love. Let's do a little bit faster. Nice! But there is also a fun switch on it. Ooh, I always feel like a child when I'm shooting. It's just so fun. I'm really happy. I'm really enjoying myself. Okay, let's do the last BBs. Nice! And just like a real AK, the bolt doesn't lock back like with the pistol or anything. No, it just stops firing. That means the gun is empty. But there is a other fun little thing with this AK that you can do to just keep firing without any BBs in there. There is a little lever on the top of your magazine, as you can see right there. If you push that backwards, and there is also a lever down here, push that down, the top lever backwards. Now, as you can see, there are no BBs in here. Now you can fire this AK without any BBs. Look at this. So you can do training without shooting anything. That's really nice. But if you want to have realism, and if you fire BBs, just push the lever forward, and then when the last BB comes out of the barrel, the lever back here jumps up and it stops the AK from firing. And I always use it on that position, because then I know when I'm on the airsoft field, when my gun doesn't shoot, that means I need to reload. Oh yeah guys, by the way, you probably know that a real firearm, a real AK74, you can shoot it without dust cover and without gas tube. Fun thing is, you can also do it with this AK. So, let's take those things off and shoot a little bit. Here we go! Okay, there it was again, and as you can see, no dust cover and no gas tube. Well, let's put the magazine in here and see if this thing still works like a real one. Okay, semi-automatic first. As you can see, no problem. And fully automatic. Let's get a little bit closer for you guys so you can really enjoy the satisfaction of this AK. Oh, put on semi-automatic again. And that was it. Now it's empty again because it doesn't fire anymore. So that means, like I said, no BBs in the magazine anymore. Wow, this thing is so satisfying. This is my favorite AK in my collection right now. Oh yeah guys, by the way, if you look on the other side of the AK, you see a real kind of thing right here. Well, that's really fun because with this AK, you have side mounts for it where you can put scopes on it. So, if I put the side mount on the AK, wiggle, wiggle, come on, there we go, almost there, and tighten it. Now, I have a scope on my AK. Doesn't this look cool? Okay, let's put on the scope. Magazine is right here. Put the mag in there. Let's put it on semi, load it up, here we go. That's so cool with the scope. Okay, fully automatic. Nice, and those were the BBs. The only thing that's a little bit sad with GBBRs, but also makes it even more realistic, is compared with an AEG. An AEG has magazines that can hold about 120 to 500 BBs and anything like that. But with a GBBR, you have something called real caps, and real caps contain around the real capacity that a real magazine also can hold. So this magazine can hold at about between 30 to 40 BBs around so you have less BBs, but it is more realistic. Then another little thing comes. If you want more magazines, that's possible. But the price of the magazines of a GBBR AK74 like this one costs at around 50 euros. And a magazine for an AEG, maybe 20? It's also one of the most expensive ways to play airsoft. The replicas are also a lot more expensive than AEG, than the normal standard AEGs. This AK goes for at about 500 to 700 euros. So the price range of an GBBR is pretty high. So if you want to play in a cheap way, then I wouldn't recommend GBBRs. But if you have a lot of money to spend and you want to have the maximum satisfaction and the maximum realism, then a GBBR is something for you. Oh, so beautiful. Put the magazine in there. Fully automatic. Rack that satisfying bolt. Aim at your target and let it rip. Oh my god, that's so cool! And I'm empty. Well, we had a lot of fun, but now it's time for the nice shots. So sit back, relax, and have a lot of fun. So that was fun. Well, I had a blast. I really loved it, and I hope you loved it as well. And I really, 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 really love this airsoft replica. I can't even say it anymore. Yes, I can say it louder. I love it! This thing is so amazing. It's so realistic. It's so satisfying. Maybe a little bit expensive, but that doesn't matter because all the positive things also have a little bit negative in them. But one thing is for sure, this one has more positives than negatives. And I'm just flabbergasted how amazing this airsoft replica is. But at least I hope you liked this video as much as I did. Just as much as I like this AK. If you did, then please put a very big thumbs up. If you didn't see the preview of this AK yet, and I need to say, you really need to watch that, because that has some really nice slow-mo shots in there. It's the inside of the WE AK74. I put a link in the description down below. So, this is now the end of this video. So, if you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't subscribe yet, now is the time to subscribe. Click the notification bell on so you will never miss an airsoft video on this YouTube channel ever again. And if you want to follow me on social media, that's possible. I have Instagram, Facebook and Snapchat. The links are in the descriptions below. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Oi!